The biggest issue that most footballers face is on how to improve themselves. And the reason you struggle with this is because you get into an endless loop of analysis paralysis. You keep researching and researching and researching for the best drill and the best program that you can possibly find, and you don't even realize it, but this is actually what is holding you back. Because now you have watched more training videos than you have actually trained. So if you've ever been there, today I'm going to share a 3-step framework that is going to help you take your game to the next level. Now, before we get into the framework, there are 5 aspects of the game that you need to work on if you want to become a complete footballer. And those 5 are technical, physical, tactical, mental, and social. In technical, you have another 5: passing, shooting, dribbling, ball control, and heading. In physical, there are 5 as well: speed, strength, agility, endurance, and coordination. Tactical is basically your ability to read the game, your positioning, knowing who to pass to, knowing when to pass, etc. etc. Social is basically you communicating with your team on and off the pitch. I have no friends. Keeping in touch with your coaches and asking them what they think you need to be improving on. Hey coach, what do you think I should work on? Go get some friends. And mental is your self-control, your self-confidence, your work rate, and how you deal with things, especially when they aren't going your way. Now, most amateurs underestimate the amount of effort it takes to become a professional. They think that it would take 3, 5, or 10 times the effort to become a pro, when in reality, it actually takes 30, 40, 50 times the effort to reach the top 1%. And if you're training 50 times more, you also have to rest 50 times more. But that sounds very contradictory because we only have so much of time during the day. So how do you balance more training with more rest? Well, this is where this framework comes into play. Now, the first step of this framework is to do better. You have to improve the quality of every single rep in your training session. You have to give your full focus to each rep, trying to make it as close to perfection as possible. You have to chase perfection, knowing you'll never achieve it. Clear your head before training and don't bring all the outside noise onto the pitch, because the fight that you had with your partner, that can wait. Your training can't. If you're able to pull this off, it will also make you mentally stronger in the long run. Now, one of the best ways to do this is to imagine that your favorite coach is standing there and watching you train. Whether it's Pep Guardiola, whether it's Emma Hayes, whether it's Serena Wiegmann, train as if you're trying to impress them. And when you're trying to improve the quality of something, always remember to take breaks. Try and use the rule of 4, which is basically after every 4 reps, you take a break, because after 4 reps, your brain tends to lose efficiency. Just because you feel like you can go for another 2 or 3 reps, it doesn't mean that you have to. You're not He-Man or She-Woman or anyone in between. You're trying to improve the quality of your reps and not your cardio. If you keep tiring yourself out during the session, your technique will suffer. And if you're going to improve the quality of your training, everything else also needs to follow, which means you're going to have to sleep for 8 hours at night. So go to bed at the same time, put your devices away. You're going to have to eat the right foods, ditch the oily ones, and eat the ones that will benefit you. Quick interruption to this video. If you want to stay 3 steps ahead in your next match, the Tactical IQ Accelerator is for you. Within your next 2 to 3 match reviews, you'll be able to spot patterns earlier on the pitch, and you'll know exactly when to speed up or take control of the play. It takes 60 to 90 minutes per game, and you'll walk into your next match creating chances instead of reacting to them. And all of this costs less than a pair of league football boots. So if you're interested in investing in your tactical IQ, click the link in the pinned comment down below. Now, the second step of this framework is to do more. Now that you've got the quality down, it's time to put in more reps and more hours. Basically, you go beast mode like Alex Hormozi and just pure violence with effort. And remember that this step can only come once you've nailed your quality. Because without the quality, you're just going to be doing the wrong things over and over again. And you know what they say: if you shoot 10,000 balls with the wrong technique, you're just going to get really good at shooting them really badly. Now, speaking of 10,000 balls, the 10,000 hour rule, which is probably something that you've already heard of lavishly, also only works if you're doing deliberate training. Yes, even your training wants to be validated. It wants to know that you have put in the effort to come and see her. So make sure you show up like you're on a first date. Because if you're just chasing the hours for the sake of it, you're wasting your time. The quality is of utmost importance because the equation to become a great player is good quality plus lots of reps equals exceptional footballer. And if you're going to train more, you're also going to have to recover more. So make sure you're sleeping longer at night, you're doing an extra stretch or a foam rolling session after your workouts, because your body is going to need that to recover from the hard workouts that you're giving it. Now, the third step in this framework is to do something new. Add a new stimulus into your training to make it harder. Maybe do the drill at a higher speed. Go beyond the speed that you already know. Fall flat on your face a few times. That's the whole point of it. Add more cues into your drill. Ask a friend to hold a marker or call out a number. And if you have no friends like me, then, well, never mind. Try a drill that you've never done before. Maybe add an extra cone into the drill. Change the angles of the cone in the drill. A cue that I like to use is that if I'm starting to enjoy the drill, it's probably time for me to change it up. And same goes for your recovery as well. If you've never done contrast baths, try that. If you've never had a massage done before, go and give that a shot. If you want to know which recovery tools to spend your money on, check it out in this video right here. Now, the biggest problem with most players is that they want to jump to step 3 without actually first doing step 1 and 2. And that's because they like hopping on this trend treadmill. They see a new skill or a fancy new trick and they want to try all of it out. They have shiny object syndrome, and that prevents them from improving because instead of mastering the technique and the fundamentals, because they keep jumping from one trick to another, they never actually get the basics down. Most of the fancy tricks that you see online are all just built upon the basic fundamentals that you need to master, that I talked about in the beginning of this video. Take an around the world as an example. An around the world is just made up of juggling and timing, and two of those things are the fundamentals of football. If you nail that, I'm pretty sure you can do an around the world. Now always remember to progress in the order of better, more, and new, and not skip the steps. I know that the shortcuts are tempting, but this isn't GTA and there are no cheat codes. The long way is the shortcut, because the shortcut never gets you there. And if your current self is cussing you for what you're doing, your future self will probably thank you. Now, if you enjoyed that and you would like to take your tactical IQ to the next level, be sure to check out the Tactical IQ Accelerator in the pinned comment down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.